Good morning, students. Day before yesterday, I started the topic theory of the demand, and in that topic, I discussed the meaning and the definition of the demand. After that, individual demand schedule, its diagram, along with that, market demand schedule and diagram we had discussed in that class. Now, after that, I started the functions of the demand. So, first of all, I discussed with you that the demand is the function of price of X commodity. This we have already discussed in the previous video. Then demand is the function of the price of related goods, that means substitute goods and the complementary goods. This also I have already discussed with you. Now, the price is the function of income, taste and preferences, future expectation. These three factors I am going to discuss today. Now, first of all, demand is the function of income. Like if other factors remaining constant, and if we will think upon this one factor, that is demand is the function of income, then how the demand curve react, that means what will be the shape of the demand curve according to that. First of all, two type of the goods are there. First one is the normal, or maybe you can say superior goods. Second one is the inferior goods. First of all, let's discuss the income is going to be affected by the two types of the goods. First one for the superior goods or the normal goods. Superior goods are those goods in which the demand curve slopes goes positive. That means if the income increases, demand increases. And if income decreases, so demand also decreases. That means these are the goods which is totally affected by the income level. Same thing we are going to show in the diagram also. When the income was OY, on that time consumer was consuming the OX units of the X commodity. When his income increases, so when his income increases from OY to OY1, he will increase the consumption of the X commodity from OX to OX1. That means these are the type of the goods which is totally affected by the income level, or maybe you can say these are the superior goods. In superior goods are those goods which is of the good quality, and these type of the goods are consumed by the consumers just to show their superiority, and just to show their superiority, or for just to show their living standard. When their income increases, they will increase the consumption of such type of the goods. So for these goods the demand curve goes, its shape is positive slope. If income increases, consumption of these goods increases. If income decreases, they will reduce the consumption of these normal or the superior goods. Now, the income is affected by the another type of the goods, that is inferior goods. Inferior goods are those goods which is consumed by the consumer due to the lack of income. Okay, so that means if in this type of the goods, the demand curve slopes downward, the shape of the demand curve is negative. Reason behind, because when the income of the consumer increases, so when income of the consumer increases, he will reduce the consumption of the inferior good. Why he will reduce the consumption of the inferior good? Reason behind, because his income increases. So when his income increases, he will reduce the consumption of this commodity. Reason, because अब उसकी income increase हो गई है, तो now the consumer can purchase the superior good or the normal good. Right now he was purchasing the inferior good because of the lack of income only. But now if his income increases, then why he will purchase the inferior goods now? Because now his income increases, so he can increase his living standard, and just to increase his living standard, he can shift his consumption to the superior good. That's why there is a negative relationship between the income and the quantity demanded of the inferior goods. Same thing we are showing in the diagram. First of all, his income was OY. On that time the consumer was consuming OX units of the X commodity. When his income increases from OY to OY1, that means this much his income increases. So when his income increases, he will reduce the consumption of the X commodity. Why he will reduce the consumption of the X commodity? Because now his income increases. So whatever the income his income is increased, now he can shift his consumption to the superior good. So that's why he will reduce the consumption of the X commodity. Example you can take like dalda ghee and desi ghee. So dalda ghee is an inferior good and desi ghee is a superior good. So when his income increases, so definitely he will reduce the consumption of a dalda ghee, because now he can shift his consumption to the desi ghee. So again I am explaining you, demand is a function of income. So income is affected by the two types of goods. First one is the normal or the superior goods, and the second one is the inferior goods. Normal and the superior goods are those goods in which when income increases, the consumption of these goods increase, and such type of the goods are also known as the luxurious goods, and these types of the goods are purchased by the consumer to show their living standard. If their income increases, so definitely they will increase its consumption. That's why you can see the shape of the demand curve is positive slope, and in the beginning his income was OY, so he was purchasing OX units of the commodity. When his income increases from OY to OY1, he increases the consumption. So the equilibrium point shifts from A to B. Same thing, if his income reduced from OY to OY, OY1 to OY, he will reduce the consumption. So shape of the demand curve will be positive slope. And inferior goods are those goods which the consumer usually consume because of the lack of income. Now, after that, now your price of X commodity, price of related goods, income, that is done. Now we will start T, that is taste and preference. Diagram I am not showing because these things we will discuss or we will clear it out in the change in demand diagram. So taste and preference. Taste and preference, simple. Taste and preference, that means if the consumer is having the favorable taste for that particular commodity, just like the consumer is ready to purchase such type of the good, or maybe for the textile, maybe for the outfits, if the consumer is favorable, so he will increase the consumption of that commodity. That means agar taste favorable hai, to demand will increase. If unfavorable taste is there for the consumer, so definitely he will reduce its consumption. So there is an inverse relationship between the taste and preferences and the quantity demanded. Now, same thing, demand is the function of future expectation. Demand is the function of the future expectation. That means if the consumer expects that in future price of the X commodity will increase. अगर फ्यूचर में वो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा है कि द प्राइस ऑफ द सेम कमोडिटी विल इंक्रीज इन द फ्यूचर, सो राइट नाउ एट प्रेजेंट हाउ ही विल रिएक्ट, नाउ द कंज्यूमर will purchase more quantity of that same commodity. Reason behind, because in the future the commodity will be available at the high prices. That means existing price जो है उससे भी ज़्यादा price पे वो available होगा. तो because of that only, if he will expect that in the future the price will increase, so at present he will increase the consumption, he will increase the more quantity demanded. So positive relationship is there. Similarly, in future if he expects that the price will reduce, that means existing price के comparison में future में और price down होने वाली है, तो at present what the consumer will do, he will reduce the consumption of this commodity. That means he will reduce the quantity demanded at present, because now he will wait for the future, let the price get down, so he will consume the more units on that time. So at present he will reduce the consumption. So the factors, demand function, this topic we have completed now. Now the next topic, earlier we have discussed the function individual demand function. Now we are going to discuss market demand function. So market demand also depends upon price of the X commodity, price of the related goods, income of the consumer, taste and preferences. E stands for future expectation, N stands for population, YD stands for distribution of income, and G stands for government policy. Okay, so first of all let's start with the first factor, PX, PR, Y, T and E. This we have already discussed in the individual demand function, so same for the market demand function. Now N is the population, that how population affects to the demand. That means how the market demand is a function of population. That means if population increases, then the demand for the commodity automatically increases. That means quantity demanded will increase. Similarly, if population reduces, so quantity demanded also reduces, because more population is there, so more quantity will be demanded of that particular commodity, so quantity demanded will increase. Similarly, if the population reduces, so automatically the demand for the commodity reduce. Now next one, YD, that is the distribution of income. Distribution of the income, that means if income will be distributed properly, if income will be distributed properly, so that means the quantity demanded will be increased. That means if there will be a proper equal distribution of the income in the economy, everyone will get the income, so quantity demanded will increase. And vice versa, if the distribution of the income is not proper, or maybe people are not getting the proper income, so definitely quantity demanded will be reduced. So negative relationship is there. Fourth one, the last factor, that is the G, that means the government policy. So in the government policy, we are going to discuss about the taxes. If taxes increases, so taxes increases, that means price of the commodity automatically increases, because because the commodity will automatically become costly. So if the tax increases, price increases of that commodity, and if the price increases, we know that the quantity demanded reduces, because the consumers will not purchase at the high prices. So quantity demanded will reduce. Similarly, if the government reduce the taxes, so automatically the price of the commodity will reduce, and whenever the price reduce, the consumers will consume more quantity demanded. Now your next topic is law of demand. Already we have discussed the meaning of the demand. So law of demand states that price has a inverse relationship with the quantity. If price increases, quantity decreases. If price decreases, quantity increases. Both are working in the negative way, so that's why there is an inverse relationship. Same example, if the price is 30, that on that time consumer is consuming less units of the X commodity. When price reduces from 30 to 20, he will increase the more units of the X commodity. More price decreases, so he will increase more. So same thing, if initial the price is OP, on that time consumer was consuming OX units of the commodity, OX, when price increases from OP to OP1, so then his consumption also reduces from OX to OX1. Same thing, the point, if price increases from OP1 to OP2, so he will reduce more units of the X commodity. That means if price increases, he will reduce the commodity. If price decreases, he will increase the units of the X commodity. So there is an inverse relationship between the price and the quantity. This is the law of demand. That means if other factors remain constant, means price of the X commodity we are going to discuss over here. And what are the other factors? Price of related goods, income, taste and preferences, future expectations. If all these factors will remain constant, then price has an inverse relationship with the quantity.